joins me to find out the reasons why. Good morning, welcome back.
Good morning, Wayne. Great to be with you.
I have not seen you since we were celebrating big time in Linton for the big
Yes.
125th last summer. That was fun,
Which
wasn't
was
it?
a blast.
That was a lot of fun.
So much fun, yes.
Okay, we get these, I get texts more so than anything, but these can come in a variety of forms, these scams, don't they?
They certainly do. They come in text form, email, phone calls. They can really just go after you in so many different ways. So what we're really trying to work on too now is to help people understand that it's okay to report these things. When you do get a scam in front of you, it's really important to report it, because we can't do anything to fix these things unless the authorities know that it's going on.
Exactly. Now, when I get a text, it'll, I'll delete it and it'll say delete and report. Does that help? Does that help, or where does that report go?
You know, that's a really good question, because I do that all the time too on my iPhone, and I'm hoping that they go to the right places. But the best place, we've got some places that are recommended for reporting too. For example, the North Dakota Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division is a really good place too to report. But there's so much stigma around reporting. And what happens is people get embarrassed. They're ashamed. They feel like, oh, I did something wrong. My kids are going to think I'm losing it. They're going to put me in a nursing home. They're going to take away my checkbook. I mean, all these things go through people's minds. And actually, they get emotionally and physically sick from it in lots of cases.
Well, so Doreen, are we talking about they get these kind of reactions if they've fallen for the scam, or just if they've received it?
Well, if they have lost money to it. And the thing we don't want to say is fallen for a scam. We're trying to change the narrative and say something more to the effect that these scammers are criminals, number one. And they're good at what they do, and you shouldn't be ashamed to report and try to get your money back. Try to get your identity back, whatever it is that might be stolen from you in terms of personal financial documents or numbers and all of that, which can be very frightening. And people are just afraid. And probably because a lot of us, in society have felt like, oh, how could she fall for that? It was just, so obvious that it was a scam. But I'm telling you what, I have seen some things that are very real looking, and highly educated people have lost money to some of these scams. We have a report of a woman in Montana who has gone through some terrible, terrible things. She's a retired nurse, lost all of her life savings and her home. She's actually working with AARP now to tell her story and to get more of that out there. And that's what we're trying to do right now too, is say it's okay to report, and it's good. It'll help us. It'll help the authorities get those folks in the long run. So
what can we do? What can you do? What can society do to make it more comfortable for people and encourage more people to report these things?
I think just talking about it and saying it's okay and giving them avenues of folks to talk to. For example, we have a fraud helpline that is there for people if they're embarrassed, they don't know who to call, they might not want to talk to their family about it because, again, like I said, there's stigma with that, and then all of a sudden, oh, they think mom's got dementia or dad's got dementia. But the Fraud Watch Network helpline will help people sort that out and kind of understand who they should call next, and they can just kind of let go with these folks, and these folks are trained to help them.
Because that may lead them to contacting law enforcement and really get the ball rolling on that. Okay, we're down to under a minute left here, Doreen, but as people report it, it's a chain reaction. It helps other people. What is the benefit of reporting it?
Well, the benefit is we can finally get after some of these scammers, and we'll have more trails and more information, and the more emails that can be shared that folks have received, that were the troubling ones. I just shared one that I got a week or so ago that was absolutely frightening and unnerving. So I think
threatening or what?
Oh yes, absolutely, absolutely. I can see where people get very scared, and they threaten them with, oh, you've got porn material on your phone, and we're going to show it to all your contacts and things like that. So What we want to do is just report, and I think the authorities tell us it's going to help in the long run by reporting. The more we report, the better.
Okay, one final question, yes or no, just on this because we're out of time, but even if you just get one, should you report that if you don't fall for it, even if you get something like that?
Well, maybe not necessarily.
Okay.
Unless you're very scared by it and you think it's a threatening one, then I would say yes, do so. And I did share mine with the Attorney General's office and others.
Good for you.
So, sometimes it's important to do so.
Sure. Thank you so much. Always great. And they just keep coming in wave after wave after wave. So now it's tax season. They're going to come that direction. We just got through the holidays. So
yeah, they follow the high point things, the crypto and all kinds of different things.
I'm sure these fires and every other natural disaster, they're there to swoop in on that.
Charity
Thank you,
scam.